ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها، لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى تراها.
Welcome to Peers of Union. Today our success story, like every week, is about a success story in the UAE in all fields, like we always do. Today it's about longevity, wellness and beauty, and our success story today is Anglo Arab Trading, which is a company, a UAE-based company, distributor specializing in advanced aesthetics devices, skincare and wellness technologies across GCC, UK and Ireland. To talk more about the Anglo Arab Trading Company, we're gonna have as a guest the CEO, Mr. Hubbal. How are you, and thank you for joining us.
I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be part of this opportunity.
We always start with our guests with their personal life, their background, everything that led them to where they are right now. So can you tell me about your academic milestones, the skills that shaped you?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm Matthew Hubbal. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Anglo Arab Trading here in the UAE. My journey started in sales in the late 90s and early 2000s. I came straight out of school, decided that I wanted to go and force a career. I started in telecommunications with a very famous individual in the UK called John Caldwell, who was a local individual in Stoke-on-Trent where I grew up. And he founded what was a company called Phones for You, which became the biggest phone company in the whole of the UK. They had stores, billing divisions, etc. And I learned some very valuable skills working within that organization. It was very cutthroat, very demanding, and I made some great friends that are still friends now from back in those 30 odd years ago. I spent most of my time then for the next 10 to 15 years working in IT and telecommunications, and by chance I got the opportunity to move into the wellness and aesthetics industry back in 2014.
Tell me about that chance, please, because we like the stories.
So I was at a friend's house having coffee in her kitchen, and she turned around. I said, I'm tired and bored of the industry that I'm in. She said, oh, my husband's the managing director of a company called BTL Aesthetics in the UK. They're a global company. He's looking for individuals. And it was at a time where sadly I just split up with my previous partner. She's a mother of 3 children that we had together, or have together, should I say. And she said, look, why don't you go and have an interview? So I sat down with him, had an interview. He offered me a role to go into the business on commission only. It was a check-based company, and their ethos was you had to come in and prove your worth before they would put you on a salary. I didn't even know anything about Botox or fillers or anything at that point, and this was in 2014. I spent 5 months working extremely hard, grafting, trying to build up a network of contacts in the UK. And in the 5th month, I think I managed to sell 3 systems, and that's where my journey in the aesthetics industry started. I then spent several years working for that organization. I was a project manager on launching a technology into the UK, which at the time was very revolutionary. It targeted the muscle rather than just skin, which was very successful. Subsequently left there, I joined a company, unfortunately, in February of 2020, which obviously was just around the pandemic time, to become their UK and international sales manager, distributing, well, they were a manufacturer of LED phototherapy devices. And my remit was to try and help them grow the international base. Unfortunately, COVID hit a month later. That sort of fell down the wayside. And then 18 months after that, I was headhunted by a company called Softwave Medical to launch, again, a new revolutionary device into the UK aesthetics market. I was hired as their country director in the September of 21, and I grew Softwave in the UK to become the company that it is. I installed over 60 systems. I got coverage in everything from Vogue to Tablet to the front cover of Hubble's annual aesthetics guide as well, and helped them to really establish their foothold into the UK market. But all at the same time behind that, and this is how the UAE came about. We've been visiting the UAE on a regular basis. We've got friends here that have been here up to around about 20 years. And I saw an opportunity in the UAE market that there was a huge desire for clinically validated science, technologies, products. So we began working on a plan 3.5 years ago, my wife and I.
What was the spark that led you, to use, to choose UAE as a hub for you, as a place where you can start a business?
Well, I think firstly, it's the way that the UAE has been established by the rulers, and we have to be extremely thankful for them on that part. It's all geared towards growth and development and opportunities. And I think here, that opportunity is more than anywhere else in the world at the moment in time. If you look at the UK, it's very business backwards.
You told me behind the scenes that you had your first company in the UAE, not
Correct.
in the UK. So
yes.
when you expanded,
so we established Anglo Trading here in the October of 2024. We had no plans to actually expand into the UK market. And then I came across LDM Triple as a technology through a friend of mine who is now an investor, and the manufacturer is also an investor in my business. So we're closely tied in. And I said to him, why are you not in the UK and the Europe? So I took on the technology here and simultaneously launched it into the UK and Ireland at the same time.
Mr. Matt, with every success journey, there must be a support system.
Oh, 100%. And it's without doubt my wife, Sarah. She's the co-founder and my business partner. And she was the driving force to push us to come here as well. She was like, right, let's go and do it and let's take the opportunity. So without her, the business and myself, we would not be here and going from strength to strength as well. So we're a great team.
What are the services that your company exactly offers? What are
Okay, so we work solely in the wellness, longevity and aesthetics space. So we distribute a German device for treating a range of skin conditions, everything from inflammatory skin all the way through to long-term structural lifting, so fine lines, wrinkles, etc. Also cellulite, and then we have 2 UK manufactured skin brands as well from a company called the Skin Diary. It's a 2-step regime. You have a night repair cream and an age defense. And what's interesting with those in that company is the people behind it are 4 dermatologists. And they actually did a clinical trial at Manchester University against retinols. And in a double-blinded placebo study, this night repair cream outperformed retinols by 20 times. Without hesitation. It's a cosmetic over-the-counter product.
Wow.
Yes, very, very powerful product.
So, yeah, I mean, you're using these devices that are revolutionary, new to the market, we can say, and they're based on so many researchers.
Correct.
Let's dive in the LDM
Yes.
technology.
Yeah. So with LDM, it uses a combination of very high frequency ultrasounds. And with other ultrasound technologies, they cause thermal trauma, which does a damage repair process and benefits the regeneration of the tissue. LDM works by firstly repairing the skin barrier, because if we can't repair the skin barriers and we cannot control inflammation, we're going to struggle to get long-term results with any treatment that's done. So it benefits every single treatment, but then also as well, because of the way that it regulates a key protein within the skin called caveolin-1, it can help with enhancing the longevity of the skin. So we get long-term structural lifting. So all the clinics that I work with, and we have several locations in key clinics here already in the UAE and across the UK and Ireland, all report back that they love the technology. It enhances everything that they do. It has no trauma. It doesn't cause any damage. So you can come in, you can have a treatment. There's no pain, there's no downtime, there's no aftercare with it. The technology itself has close to 100 scientific research papers on it, 27 peer-reviewed published papers, ranging from everything from acne, rosacea, contact dermatitis. Even one of the most recent ones, we know there's been an explosion worldwide in the use of GLP-1 drugs for rapid weight loss. And as a consequence of that rapid weight loss, you see sagging in the face, unfortunately, on a number of patients. This device has a clinical paper in the US that can help to reverse the signs of GLP-1 rapid weight loss as well. So it's a very, very effective technology. And it's great to be the exclusive provider across not only the UAE, but as we expand into the other regions later down the line across the GCC as well.
Well, we'll talk about expansion as well and the plans of the future, but let's talk about the challenges first. What are the operational challenges and the challenges in general in this field you're working in?
I think the key one is obviously firstly establishing the business, getting the clearances in place, getting the product, but then also as well, it's establishing a brand from the ground upwards. It's an unknown brand here in the UAE. What is interesting is actually if you look at Korea, which everybody seems to be focusing on at the moment in time, LDM is the most requested treatment by name in Korea, and there are over 7,000 devices in that market. So it's then putting in the right infrastructure, the right training programs, the right ongoing support, the right education, because education is key. Especially here more so than anywhere, I believe there's a huge appetite around the science, validity and the safety behind it. And it's trying to get that message. That's been the hardest part, is getting that message, building a brand from the ground upwards. And coming into a new country where you're not just dealing with several different cultures, you're dealing with over close to 200 different cultures. And it's understanding how to differentiate and position the brand according to the individuals and the backgrounds and the cultures that they come from, which it's been a big learning curve. And then moving our family over here as well. There's my wife and 3 of our children are here as well at the same time, and trying to build up a network and a base. But what I do like here, there's individuals that if you are respectful, mindful and honest, that will help you accelerate forward as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about acceleration,
yes.
expansion and growth, the vision of the future. How do you see your company? Like, what are the plans for like the next 2-3 years?
Well, firstly is really establish yourselves in the UAE, because we see the UAE as the focal point and the starting point for the GCC. We see what everybody watches comes from Dubai and the UAE and Abu Dhabi, LA, etc. And then they want to follow suit and copy that. So initially is to build and establish here, then we're looking to expand into the wider GCC, Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and establish Anglo Arab Trading as one of the leading regional distribution companies. Whether that's expanding with LDM, bringing new devices or treatments in, but always ensuring what we do bring in is new. It's not already in the marketplace. It has the science, the safety, the efficacy, and it differentiates us as an organization.
After all this success, after all this wisdom, the challenges that you overcame, obviously, I want you to please look at the camera and give an advice for the new generation as a CEO, a successful person, and as a father, because maybe some young people, are starting a journey in a project or they have a dream. So what would you tell them?
So I would say the UAE is definitely in place. If that is your dream, firstly, from a personal and family life perspective, we have teenage daughters here with us in school and a young son. Their quality of life is significantly better than in the UK. The safety aspect, the way that the rulers are put in place to ensure that the opportunities are there for people to progress. And then from a business perspective, I've never seen anything like it, where if you are open, honest, ethical, and you have products that provide an improvement, then you are going to excel and move forward in this country.
Thank you very much for this message, and I hope so many people see this message.
Yeah.
I also will give you space, so we always give space at the end of the interview, so for our guests to send a message to the UAE as an environment, and for the UAE leaders, because all the success stories here were embraced by the UAE.
Yeah, so thank you very much to the sheikhs, the rulers of the UAE. We really appreciate everything that you've put in place to enable us to be personally and business successfully, safe, always, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Matt. We wish you all the luck, and next time we hope that we see more accomplishments that we witness and interview you later to talk about it.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Peers of Union. See you next week with another success story.
وام الشيوخ اللي الله رعاها ربت قروب للوطن هم سند، لا تذكر الفزعات إلا طراها مداتها بالعطايا هي تسد. وام الشيوخ